So looking at example 3, as you'll notice, compared with examples 1 and 2, there's a similarity in terms of the vibrance of the presentation, in terms of ease for the reader to follow. Again, it's a clear, clean font that they've used, good font size, and the text is justified to either side with a line and a half spacing, which is wonderful. But hopefully what you'll also notice is the lack of short paragraphs and listings of descriptive information. What this author has done, what this student has done, is created a continuous prose where they build on the previous statements and extrapolate deeper meaning of the points that they are raising. This allows them to move from a descriptive narrative to a critical argument, which is where we want to be, which will enable you to access those higher grade boundaries. So let's have a look how they've done that. So they've offered very limited descriptive information as to drop-in observations as a performance management function of human resource management. And what they've offered in their text is a critical perspective, the advantages, the disadvantages, the hows, the whys, and the impact of the actions and the processes of the establishment in question. So let me give you some examples within this example. So you'll notice here in the middle of the first paragraph, they've offered some disadvantages of graded observations in terms of inauthenticity and the persistence of good practice over a longer period of time. And then what they've done is they've related these theoretical positions against the context of their establishment and the establishment in question. Building on these advantages and disadvantages that they've offered, they've discussed the impact that it has in terms of potentially limiting creativity and innovation and potential perception of being imposed as a top-down management technique. What they have also offered is a balanced perspective. So as well as offering the positive elements of a perception, of a context, they've also offered the negatives as well. So it gives a balanced argument in place. Again, to give you an example within here, they've offered in this second paragraph the notion that the lack of notice should reduce the likelihood of teachers putting on a show. But they've also countered by saying, however, there's still opportunity for this diversion from normal practice. So they've offered both sides of the coins there and the issues around them. Another positive that you'll notice is the number of academic sources they've used to create their argument here on this page. A good number. There's, as you can see in this top paragraph, there's 4 different sources which they've used to construct the argument, which is great. In terms of critiquing this, there are elements that they would need to improve on. Some of the in-text citations are inconsistent and need working on, and there's some minor errors there. But overall, this is a strong piece of work in the upper echelons of the grade boundaries that we have, somewhere in the region of the 60s and 70s.